You think that meditation is boring or painful or hard? Think twice. It is so good that all through history, people constantly have abandoned their houses and their work and everything they had and went to live in a cave without nothing. From Jesus to Buddha to literally every other enlightened master have done that and completely abandoned a normal life with all its pleasures. And you may think that these people had nothing to start with, but a good example of that is the Buddha. Buddha actually was the equivalent of a millionaire nowadays. He just had everything anyone could dream of, everything. So he has such a good life that he wasn't even allowed to see bad things in life. Think about someone who has everything you ever dream of, from car, houses, job, people's recognition, anything you want. Think about someone finding something so sweet, so beautiful, so powerful, that will make you abandon everything just for it. But before I go into how to meditate, I wanted to understand a couple of things first. When you properly meditate, and I have a lot of videos on the topic, you should always feel better and better and better if you're doing it properly. If not, even it's normal to get stagnant at some point. Please check teachers, please check references, guides, and books, and everything you can get a grab on, just to understand what are the proper ways of doing it. And if you do so, you should always feel better, to the point that the heightened levels of relaxation and attention should affect every single moment of your life in a very positive way. If not, you're doing something wrong. Let me be very clear about that point. You should at least feel, even when you have a bad day and you sit to meditate and you cannot properly concentrate or relax, you should at least feel a sense of release that is clear and objective in your life, in your sense of being. If not, you're doing something wrong. To the point of extreme meditators, or when someone actually know how to do it, then you should just hit bliss literally every single time. The problem is that when you sit to meditate, the first thing, when you close your eyes and just calm down, you're gonna feel an inner state of desperation. Maybe you're gonna feel all your traumas, all your blockages, all your sadness, everything you're trying to avoid through video games, through entertainment, through doing literally anything, from drugs to just simple being around people and not to be alone with yourself. All that is gonna come to you, and that's a lot to ask for most people, I understand. But here's the thing, you need to face it sooner or later. I mean, every night when you close your eyes, you need to be at peace. Otherwise, life is pointless and meaningless. And that's exactly the sense of emptiness that is getting everyone so desperate, so trying to live life in a desperate way where you're just looking for sensory experiences, like a way of distracting yourself from this background of pain we're carrying on. But that doesn't have to be the way. You can actually sit, and with a bit of understanding of what's happening, you just don't react to it and let yourself slide down into a place where you actually feel well, and you let release all these blockages. That's actually what every single technique of meditation should be helping you to. And too many people spend too much time sitting, trying to meditate, and just feeling bad, just feeling numb, just feeling dull, just feeling frustrated because your mind is just rushing all the time, and just feeling that they're really not going anywhere. I really appreciate all these apps with meditation, and certainly they do a lot of good to people, especially this rush, completely cathartic, chaotic mentality we're living in. But it's very important to make the point that you need to go a little deeper than that, and for that you need to be more sensitive, and just a guided meditation is not gonna be enough. It's a really good start. Learn the technique and then do it on your own, alone, and try to hit a place of real peace, relaxation, and joy ultimately. So many people sit on retreats and try to think that I'm just gonna get a position, even when it hurts, I'm gonna try to stay longer as if they were more advanced. But actually it's all about quality. So someone who is just sitting for a couple of minutes in a chair and having a deep degree of relaxation and attention is making way more progress than someone going on a retreat and just being painful all the time. There's enough pain in life just to make you dead. So people are suffering so much that they can't believe that bliss actually is your natural state. They have all this smart way of going about it, and some people in meditation environment, they even go to say that an enlightened master could be depressed, and some very confusing terms. And this all is just an attempt of bringing down everyone to your level. Many people have such an ego that they will feel so frustrated, especially very intellectual, smart-ass people, that just to admit that there could be someone, like a simpler person with less training, had read less books, could be happier than them without doing anything. That can be very frustrating, especially with people who want to be the best at everything. They will go into meditation and they're suffering. And it feels a lot more realistic to say that this is how it is. I'm a very experienced meditator. I've been in so many retreats and I know all this and that about the Buddha and all this kind of mumbling suttas. In the end, it all comes about and how you feel in that very moment, how blissful you are, especially how you understand other human beings and how much you are united in what some people would call compassion or pure love. Many people find that extremely challenging, so they defend themselves and they play it safe, thinking that it's not possible to actually achieve states of bliss because they can just make it. And it feels a lot safer to say, no, nobody can. If I can't, then nobody can. And this is what it is. This is what meditation is. You're just serious and you're all the time trying hard. But if you're ready to accept that life could be blissful beyond any dream, any imagination you have of good, it is even better. Reality is even better than that. But you need to trust it. If you're up for that, you really want to embrace that you're on for a very easy ride. How to meditate? Well, in a very simplified way. You first just learn to relax your mind to the point that it can stay with one object. It will be like sharpening a knife. And then, with that kind of mind, you go about your life. And with that very sharp knife that you can cut through the illusions and through the distractions, then with a collected mind that is not scattered, when you go about life, you're going to start to understand things. You're going to start to understand your emotions, your thoughts. You're going to start to understand people, situations, and most importantly, you're going to start growing sense of peace that is completely unrelated to anything. And once you get there, you're going to start relaxing more and more because you notice you really actually have to do nothing. Meditation is just the most natural thing in life. So for sharpening your mind, you can take a lot of roads. You have from samatha in Buddhism, you have raja yoga, anything that is actually suggesting you to take an object as a reference and then just stay there for a long time, being able to wrap your mind about the object and not getting distracted with any other thought, which is a very gradual and relative process for most people. So you just stay there and learn to stay with the object for very long periods of time. And as you progress, you just change these objects to more and more subtle objects. For example, a gross object could be just a physical object in front of you. Imagine a candle. Then you can go into more subtle objects like sensations in your body, like breathing. And then at some point, you can go into mental images, or you could go to certain kind of mental concepts or objects, you could call it. And then ultimately, you could go to emotions, and you can keep on going deeper and deeper into more and more subtle objects till it gets to the point that there is no more object. At some point, you don't need any object to meditate. From then on, your life becomes natural, spontaneous meditation. I have a specific video that I made called Supercharge Your Meditation, and also have a ton of guided meditation on this channel. If you don't know where to start from there. And just the important thing is that you understand that when you're trying to meditate, you're actually not trying, you're just letting go. You are letting the object draw your attention. And that's it. It's pretty much just letting it be and just being with it. That sounds simple, but as you know, in the practice, you just have a lot of distractions. It comes a lot of thoughts about your day, comes a lot of different things. Your body could hurt. In that case, please get a comfortable position. Doesn't matter that you're sitting on the floor. That doesn't make it a better meditation. And then just stay with the object long enough so you can release these distractions. Unfortunately, in many cases, one by one. When you stabilize your mind by being undistracted, bliss should start appearing, maybe progressively. Maybe in the beginning feels more like peace or calm, but it should start enhancing its intensity the deeper you go. It happens all naturally, and you don't know where that peace comes from. It doesn't come from anything you are even doing. It just seems to be there. It's just that we are distracted. It's like starting a fire with 2 pieces of wood. In the beginning, you need some kind of technique, specific determination, and patience, and then that will turn into smoke, and there will be sparkle, there will be a little flame, and from then on, it's just about throwing in wood and letting it breathe. I mean, of course, there's still some technique to it, but it just catches on itself. It's like snowball. It just goes downhill. It becomes clearer and clearer what you need to do, and your life start becoming infused with peace and joy. Don't aim for anything less than beautiful life. Thank you for watching this video.